This is Mac from jlbtbootcamp.com here with another N5 grammar lesson. And today we're going to talk about nisuru, kusuru, kunaru, and ninaru. So basically how to use e-adjectives and na-adjectives with suru and naru. And in the scenes, we're going to be using casual Japanese on N5 test. Usually you'll encounter formal, like I should say, polite Japanese. That's the mas ending Japanese. But we're going to be using casual for this conversation here. And you are staying with your friend in Japan, and he's doing something in his room. So you go in and you check on him, and you ask, "Nani o shiteru no?" So nani is what. O is the object marking particle. Shiteru is doing. Be doing. And then no is a casual way to ask a question. So he's asking, what are you doing? And your friend answers, heya o kirei ni shiteru. So my room. O is the object marking particle. Kirei is pretty. It's a na adjective. So we add ni and then the suru verb. And this basically means to make clean. And he's since that's we're using the te form in iru, it's the ing form. So he's saying, I'm making my room clean. And this structure is ni suru. And it's basically just na adjective plus ni suru to make something this na adjective. You might recall that nisuru is actually also used with nouns to talk about your preference for something. If you're ordering in a restaurant or something, you could say kare nisuru. So I want curry. I'll take the curry. Actually, yeah, you could say that. And but here we're going to use it with na adjectives to mean make it like this adjective. So for example, shizuka ni shite kudasai. Shizuka is quiet, and ni, that's the particle there that we need. Shite is the te form of suru, plus kudasai is please. So please make yourself quiet is the literal translation. We would, of course, say please be quiet. This is very useful. Not all that common, especially on the N5, but you may see it in the reading or listening or something, but it's not all that common just because you don't know a lot of na adjectives at this point that co-locate with this particular grammar form. But it's good to know. There's a couple of good phrases like kirei ni suru, shizuka ni suru that you can use at this level to express those ideas. Moving on, you decide to help your friend out, and you're helping him clean, but the stereo is very loud. So you say, "Konpo no oto o chisaku shite kudasai ne." So konpo is it's basically a stereo type thing. I mean, I don't want to call it a boombox because it's kind of like a boombox, but it's basically two speakers and some kind of audio playing device. And that could be CD player, MP3 player, iPod deck or something to attach your iPod to. That's a kompo, basically a small stereo. And no oto, that's the sound. So the kompo's sound, the stereo's sound, oto is sound. O is the object marking particle. Chisai means small, and we're going to change it to the ku form here to attach it to suru, shite, which is the te form of suru. And kudasai is please. Ne is just, hey, come on, listen to me and do that for me, please. You're using this, so chisaku shite, that means please make it quiet. just like we did before, but this with the non-adjective. But this time with e-adjective, we change the final e to a ku and put it before suru. So you're basically asking, could you please turn down the stereo? Could you please make it smaller, literally, but basically turn down the volume. And your friend says, sumimasen. So, oh, I'm sorry, I'll turn it down. You used kusuru, and this is a very simple form, just e-adjective, slice off the final e, add ku and suru, and then of course whatever form you want to make that suru to match the tense that you're using. You can make te form, or in this example, kare o atsuku shimashita. So I made the curry hot. I warmed up the curry. And this is past tense. So very simple to use it that way. Make something e-adjective. Then moving on, you've been cleaning all day, and your friend says, kuraku natta ne. And kurai is dark, natta is become, and ne again is, hey, guess what? It's getting dark out. It has become dark. And you respond, so da ne, mo shijiji da. So da ne, yeah, that's true. It's already 7 o'clock. Mo is means kind of already in this situation. Shiji, that is 7 o'clock, and da, that's the declarative copula that declares, this is casual form. In polite form, you would say des, but here in the casual form, you just add da to a noun. And so your friend was using kunaru, and that is to become. So some kind of e-adjective becomes something. Again, e-adjective, just lop off the final e, add ku, and add naru. You get this form. For example, here's another sentence for you. Kono machi wa okiku narimashita. So kono is this, machi is city, wa is the topic marking particle, oki is big, you change it to ku form, and narimashita is to became. So this city became big, much like Tokyo, which is in this picture here. And so again, you can use this. This is using this with naru. This means something has become this adjective on its own, and it's kind of careful. You have to kind of be careful in Japanese, because in English we can personify a lot of things, like the sun, for example. The sun, sun went down. The sun made it dark, or whatever you might say. The sun made it bright. You might think you could say that, but we can't personify. We can't make the sun kind of do stuff necessarily. So this, if something's happening in nature, something gets old, the sun goes down and it becomes dark, we use naru to talk about become. It became this on its own. A human being didn't do something to make it this way, which is what you would use suru for. So it's a little bit different than make it, but I think it's a fairly clear difference. Make it you would use with a human actor, make it this, make it that, whereas naru is something that the action is happening to itself over time, usually a gradual process. And so moving on, your friend compliments you on your skills. He says, Nihongo ga jouzu ni natta ne. And Nihongo is Japanese, the language. Ga is the subject marking particle. Jouzu is skilled. And ni again, we need that with the na adjectives, which is what jozu is. Nata is to become. So you became skilled. Your Japanese became skilled. So you are very good. You have become very good at Japanese is a more clearer translation. And you respond, iie, mada heta desu. So iie, no. Mada is still. Heta is unskilled. So I'm still not good at Japanese is the clear translation there. In this final structure, ninaru, you're basically adding a na adjective plus ninaru to talk about something becoming na adjective. So, for example, kono hon wa benri ni narimashita. So, kono is this, hon is book, wa is the topic marking particle. Benri is useful, and then ni, to, again, we need it with the na adjective there. And narimashita is became. So this book became useful. For example, you got a job doing something like an accounting job. You had an accounting book. That book became useful when you got that job. You can use this expression. So that's it for nisuru, kusuru, kunaru, and ninaru. Let's take a quick pop quiz here. So can you translate this sentence? I made the room bright. Which sounds a little strange maybe in English, but it kind of means that you maybe opened the curtains or you cleaned up some things, you let the sun in, you uncluttered the room a little bit to make it seem brighter. Basically is what you're doing here. So in Japanese, that would be watashi wa heya o akaruku shimashita. So watashi is I, wa is the topic marking particle, heya is room, o is the object marking particle, akaruku is bright, akarui is bright, and then you change it to the ku form. Shimashita is the past tense of suru. So I made the room bright. How about this next one? This book made me famous. This book made me famous. That in Japanese would be kono hon ga watashi o yume ni shimashita. So kono hon, this book. Ga is the subject marking particle. Watashi is o, marking the object. So the book is doing the action to the object, which is me, I. Yume is famous, and then ni shimashita, so become famous. Past tense, became famous. And two more here. It became bright. What is that in Japanese? It became bright. So I didn't do the action. Nobody else did the action. By itself, the sun came up. A light came on or something. For some reason, this area became bright. How would you say that? In Japanese, it'd be akaruku narimashita. So akarui is bright. Change that to the ku form. Add narimashita. And you have became bright. It became bright. Of course, it is not in the Japanese, but it's understood from the context. Final sentence to translate. I became famous. I became famous. We might say also like I got famous in English. But this in Japanese would be watashi wa yume ni narimashita. Watashi wa, I. Wa is the topic marking particle. Yume is famous. And then ni narimashita, became famous. So that's it for today. Today we went over nisuru, kusuru, which is to make something adjective, more of this particular adjective, brighter, bigger, or whatnot. And We also went over kunaru and ninaru. This is to become something naturally over time, became something. We didn't act on it. It kind of by itself made this change. We would use the naru. So that's it for this grammar lesson. If you know anyone that is studying for the N5 test, any fellow JLPTers, I'm sure they would find this video helpful. If you could just send this along to them and help them out, I'm sure they would be very thankful for that. And I would too. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and the JLPT N5 grammar channel for any kind of updates or new videos that might come out from time to time. If I get a lot of questions for a particular video, I will republish it with a better, clearer explanation. So be sure to subscribe for all the updates and all the new videos that I'll be sending out on a regular basis. So do that, and of course, stop by the blog, jlptbootcamp.com. Follow me on Twitter, @jlpthelp, or you can also find me on Facebook, the JLPT Bootcamp fan page there. So get a hold of me, talk to you later, and have a good couple of weeks studying. This has been a grammar explanation video from the JLPT Bootcamp premium site. Inside the site, you will find some extra goodies, for example, some cheat sheets for all of the videos. And those cheat sheets include a few things. For example, some common mistakes that people make, as well as some example test questions for the JLPT. If you're interested in taking the JLPT and you want that extra edge, something to kind of push you above and get the points that you need to pass, I encourage you to stop by the website at jlptbootcamp.com/premium. There you can find the cheat sheets as well as some extra practice with the grammar points that I've been talking about today. Hope to see you in the premium site very soon. This has been Mac from jlptbootcamp.com.